Hello, my name is Emily Zuby, and welcome to Spotlight TV. We have an incredibly special show, and we have never done this, what we're about to do today. So, we have at Miami Women of Rock, it'll be next year 20 years that we have had the RockStar platform. So, we are from not only New York to London, but Miami was the first market that we started. So, it'll be almost 20 years. And now we're in Palm Beach and other markets. But in the last 7 years, we have each year named a man of the year. So you've been seeing all over our social media, all the women, and we've been spotlighting all the features, but we haven't told you who our man of the year is. And today you're going to find that out live. And it's really exciting because I want to tell you something so special about him. Last year, Michael Salazar was our 2025 man of the year. And Michael came on the show, and Michael's just, wow, the beautiful energy, giving back, doing so much, has the Salazar Family Foundation. So this year we were looking for someone, and the theme is Pink Havana. So we wanted someone that had a story and equally wonderful family values. And we got that. What I'm really excited about is that our man of the year, not only is he an amazing family man, that I'll tell you a quick story that when I was going to meet him, it was a Friday evening, and he basically doesn't go out on Friday evenings without his wife. And he's like, I don't normally do this, and had to get home early and had a family day planned. But I started looking at his videos and the horses and the family time, and it made me so emotional because this is a man who truly loves his family, truly loves his wife, and is a serial entrepreneur. His story is so amazing because of how he started, and he's going to tell you about that. But not only does he have a law firm, he has a family foundation. So I am very proud to announce that our 2026 Man of the Year for the 50 Shades of Pink RockStar Awards is none other than the famous Robert Kelbert. Welcome to the show, Robert.
Wow, thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction.
Well, you are amazing. You brought me to tears the day that I met you because the way you love your family. And I will tell you, I had a rough childhood and had a lot of things go on in my family, in my house. So, when I see a man that's a good family man that protects his family with all he's got and, is all, the pride that you talked about your wife. And I'm like, I want him as the man of the year. Like I had my eye on you and watched what you were doing, but not only what you were doing, but how you were doing and how you were in love with not only law, but you take it, your campus, you have a moot court, you have, I came to come visit you and there was a welcome sign. You don't do anything halfway. And I don't do anything halfway. So we're kindred spirits that way. So the rest, that's as much as I'm going to talk because you're going to do most of the talking. Spotlight is about you. So I want you to share with our audience, like, your story.
Well, my story is very similar to a lot of immigrants, right? I came to this country at 8 years old. No money, no nothing, right? Just dreams. And I think that's one thing this country gives you. It's the opportunity to make your dreams come true. And I worked at restaurants cleaning plates. I worked at restaurants being servers. I did all kinds of jobs. But ultimately, to me, what changed my life was education, was school. Going to law school was a big deal for me because it was the only thing I had that can open doors for me, right? I had no influential family members. I had nobody that can do me a favor or a solid. I had no one that can help me out. So I had to do it the hard way, but it's the easy way too, right? Because I always tell people, the hard way is school. It's hard, but it's also easy because it's school. It's just go to school. You're going to have teachers telling you what to do, pull through, finish up, toughen up, graduate. Then you might have one more door opening, right? There's no guarantees in life, but since I had no doors, school was the only option I had. And that's why we started our own university, simply because I understand the value of an education. I understand that to people like myself who come from nothing, if you don't go to school, life's a lot harder. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of successful people who didn't go to school, who started from nothing, but I like to think those people are very smart, right? I wasn't that bright. So I had to go easy route, safe route, go to school, get a degree, then figure it out. So
I love that.
nothing special, just went to school and just worked hard.
I love that story. And I'm the first one to go to college in my family. And I'll never forget that the first time that, and I had to work 2 jobs while I did it and
Oh, yeah.
send money home. And, it was hard for me because I was just like, oh, well, I saw all these other kids partying and whatever. But, I love the fact that it's a little chilly in here. So maybe I will use a little bit of.
You got the nice one.
I got the nice.
You got the nice Kelbert. Yeah, you got the nice one.
Campus tour at Kelbert University, and I got the nice one, and I'm using it at home when I watch, a little bit of Netflix. So
it's one of my favorite jackets.
It's my favorite. I don't know how I got the good one because I got
you have the nice one.
The royal treatment.
Oh yeah.
When I went to visit the campus, but it's beautiful, and the whole campus, everything is thought out. I mean, even the sign by your building, Founder's Way. I mean, I'm taking pictures everywhere I went. I was like, this is, and then the bull.
So everything in that building. So we have a small campus, right? We have the building, and then we have the law firm, and it's in my head, it's a mini Google campus. So we've tried to build that on a budget. Obviously, it's not Google, but the entire building is meaningful because we've done everything from scratch. So every building is named after my kids and my wife. Every business is named after my kids and my wife. Kelbert stands for Kelly and Robert. That's the name. And I think that building of where the school is the Parker J. Madison building, which is my 3 kids.
Uh-huh.
So everything is kids.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The branding is amazing. So
it's easy, right? Just what's your kids' name? That's it.
You have such we did the coffee table book of RockStar leaders, and we are coming out with now for 2026 Legacy Leaders edition, of which obviously you're one of the people we'd like to feature. But that legacy, what does that mean to you? Like when you think of your kids and 10 years down the line, what do you want them to say about dad?
I want them to say he was a good dad and a good person. That's it. That's the legacy. Everything else is fluff and smoke. As long as my kids think I'm a good dad, and as long as they think I'm a good person, that's what I leave to them. Because if they want to be anything like me, all they have to be is just good, right? Be a good person, and the rest follows.
That's beautiful advice. And so
simple, right?
It's
simple. There's no need to complicate.
I tell my son, you know what? I just want you to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, how come you're not pushing? I said, you know what? You're the hardest on yourself. I was like always that A-type personality. I'm like, I have an A and I want an A+. I mean, I'm like,
everyone's different.
Yeah.
And you're the author of your book.
I'm like, you know what I want from you? Just be happy. Listen to your soul and be happy.
Be happy and be good.
Be good. Be kind. Be good.
You can be happy and be a bad person.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Just be happy.
Just be
happy.
For you.
Be good. That's for others.
I love it. So let's talk about the Kelbert Family Foundation, because the Man of the Year is really about giving back, and you will be presenting a check to our charity partner at their event for breast cancer awareness. So Pink Luminous Advocacy Project, they've done all these amazing missions and gone into neighborhoods that no one goes into. And we're really proud to partner with them because they dared to go where no one goes.
Absolutely.
And I'm really proud of that, because they took in one mission 300 women and found probably like 30 cases of breast cancer.
Wow.
And paid for those women to get treatment. And I mean, that's God's work.
Absolutely.
That's God's work. So talk about the Kelbert Family Foundation and your vision for it.
So, I mean, it all comes down to realizing and being grateful in life. And I always tell people life's a roller coaster, right? One day you're here, one day you're here, one day you're here, right? Up and down, up and down. But I think when you're up, and even when you're down, you can always help, right? It's not always about money. You can help with a hug, with advice, with an ear. Just listen. Or sometimes, you need money to help other causes. And the Kelbert Family Foundation stands behind that. We've been blessed to have beautiful, healthy kids, and been blessed with wisdom and energy to be able to work. And there's a lot of families that can't do that, right? We deal with a lot of kids in Texas with, big limitations. And it breaks my heart because I understand sometimes people don't want to work. But imagine you having the drive and the will to work, but then again, you're a single parent and you have a kid at the hospital and you have to be there 24/7. How do you do it? How do you survive, right? How do you make money? And we deal with a lot of families that, unfortunately, the kids, have big limitations, dealing with cerebral palsy, things that require 24/7, single parents, no dads, no families in this country. And then you think about it and you say, how can they make money? How can they feed and provide for their families? It is impossible, right? And I'm very tough with people. I'm usually the motivator who says, stop being lazy, got a job, come on, we can do it. But sometimes life gives you a challenge and an obstacle that's almost impossible, because who's going to take care of your kids, right? Who's going to be with your kid in the hospital? You have nobody else but yourself. And that's what the Kelbert Family Foundation does. It helps people that cannot help themselves. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there that have the intelligence, the will, the hunger to work, but life's giving them an obstacle or a blessing, right? It's a blessing at the end of the day, but still it's a hard blessing because you got to deal with your kids all day and you got to take care of the kid at the hospital. You can't leave. So how do you pay your bills? And that's what the Kelbert Family Foundation does, right? Very practical help to people that we know that they have no options.
What an absolute blessing that is. And what's your vision for it moving forward in terms of, are there certain causes or things that you sat down with Kelly and said, you know what, how about this? I mean, I know you have a real love for equestrians, so I'm wondering how it all fits in.
Talking about that, we're trying to get this device where kids in wheelchairs can get pulled up at the arena, right, at arena, and they can ride horses. Horses are the best thing for kids, and some of these kids they can't ride the horse if you're in a wheelchair and you're 15 years old. Who lifts you up and puts you on top of a horse? So we're working on something in our farm so we can help out kids, because everyone deserves to ride a horse, and horses are special.
Well, I expect an invitation.
Absolutely.
You're going to put me at an easy one.
Oh, we have all kinds.
Okay, all right. I went on one once and he threw me off. So
he was just being himself. He knew you were a strong person.
Yeah, he knew I could take it, right?
Exactly.
Well, speaking of horses, because I have seen incredible video of your daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping.
Yeah.
And at a very early age. So, I want you to brag a little bit because I was impressed.
Well, I'll brag about her and my wife. They both jump. My daughter just turned 4 years old. She's been competing since she was 2. And it's not something that we make her do. On the contrary, this girl thinks she's a horse. She walks like a horse. She acts like a horse. Yesterday I had to tell her to stop because she was with her cousin and she was the horse. And she had the rope and she had that halter, and I'm like, Madison, get up. Come on, you're a big girl. You're not a horse. And she's like, I am a horse. I'm like, okay, you are a horse, but just let's walk in 2 legs for now, please. And she's just obsessed with horses, and my wife as well. They're horse.
She looks so graceful. I have to meet Kelly. I have to meet Kelly soon because I've seen pictures and videos and, I feel like I know her. But that one, your social media content is on fire. By the way, you need to follow because you're looking to hit 1 million.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's not a goal, but it's a goal.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
But you know, in life, we always want growth,
Yeah,
right? As long as you're healthy and you have time, I think humans always want growth. So
absolutely.
hitting 1 million on Instagram would be phenomenal.
It would be nice though. You want to follow them. Just
But it's a fun page, right? All my social media, Instagram, YouTube, I do videos based on if my kids were watching. Can you close your eyes and know that everything coming out of that guy's mouth is rated for those little kids? And that's how, I mean, I can be doing videos with all kinds of humans,
uh-huh.
but it doesn't matter who they are or what they do. When they do videos with me, they become a different person. Because, I mean, on their pages, I mean, I have rappers, I have artists, I have all kinds of people that some of them might be a little on the rough side, right? But I tell them if we're recording, my kids are watching. And my kids are 1, 2, and just turned 4. So tone it down, right? It can be fun, it can be motivational, but
Uh-huh.
tone it down
Uh-huh.
because kids are watching. So on my YouTube, on my Instagram is with that in mindset, right? Kids are
Uh-huh.
watching. So what's the value of what you're saying? Is it just a stupid fluff that people talk about that we all know is not real? Or it's just real? There's no script, there's nothing. It's just,
I love
it's
watching
real.
it. I'm one of your biggest fans. I love watching your content.
It's real. There's, I mean, you
And
ask my
the
team.
one where you're, I think it's a bus. I don't know, but the point is that you point to your wife and you're like, I want to tell you about this woman, and like you did this whole tribute to her,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like saying to myself, like every woman deserves to be loved like that because
Well, I mean, it's
she's
easy
your
for me to
partner
love
in
her.
the
It's
whole
easy for
life.
me to love her. She's a special breed. But that's what I always tell that to all my friends, and I tell that to younger generations. I'm like, listen, the only thing that matters in life, right? The only thing that you cannot go wrong in is choosing the right wife. That's it. You can fail at business. Life can go up, life can go down. All right. But if you choose the wrong one, there is no life, right? So I always tell people, I mean, things happen. And sometimes we think we chose the right one and things happen, right? But if you're in your 20s, really think about this. Think about it. Is that the right person, right? And you have to know what you want in life, right? I wanted a good mother. I wanted somebody who was smarter than me, more competent than me, somebody who, if I ran a business to a successful point,
Yeah.
she can run it to a triple more successful point. Kind of like if you're watching basketball and you have LeBron,
Yeah.
and LeBron is in the bench
Yes.
and he's not scoring points.
That's right.
And you're like, well, we have him in the bench. If we need someone to drop 50 points, we can just call him. That's my wife, right?
Love it.
She's in the bench because she's at home with the kids. She's riding horses. But I know the day that I need her, she's an attorney as well. And she's the best attorney in the firm. And she's so good that we don't need her as much because we can just deal with it until things get rough. And then we're like, okay, you're going to have to cancel horsing, come back for a week, clean this up for us. So that's her, right? I always wanted to have that partner who didn't need the spotlight, who was better, but was like, okay, you can do your thing. Whenever you need real help, call me. That's my wife.
I love it.
Yeah.
So in terms of your brand, okay, so one of the things, because every billboard, I mean, I was in Palm Beach the other day, and so every billboard, and so, not many people know that you're the man of the year, but a couple people that got a little leaked out or whatever. And so they said to us, wait a minute, is that the Cuban cowboy? and I mean, okay, like, I don't know if that, how do you feel about that?
It's phenomenal to me.
Yeah. So tell me about the cowboy hat and the brand, and that's your statement piece.
I am from the city, right? When I first met my wife, she lived on a farm. I had no horses. Again, I used to clean plates, so I had no horses, right? But then I moved into a farm. I bought a farm when I met my wife, and I mean, my daily jobs are farm work every single day. So we have a farm here, we have a farm in Texas. So it's become my life where, we got horses, cows, chickens, bulls. I mean, in Mississippi, we got buffaloes, we got ostriches, we have
didn't know this.
longhorns. We got all kinds of animals. And I am practicing and training for rodeos. By the end of the year, I should be riding a bull.
So you're gonna fly a plane.
Oh, the plane is done. I fly
you
planes. That's not.
got the jet.
Yeah. Well, I fly a plane.
Okay. So that's already you were still
my
finishing
my
that
big
when I met you.
my biggest failure was that it took me 5 years to fly a plane because I kept quitting, and I'm not used to that. So for me, flying a plane was harder than law school, harder than anything, because again, I was busy with kids, wife, work. So you always
practice.
You always said, "Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later."
Yeah.
And finally, this year, I started flying alone. So that was a big accomplishment.
That's huge.
I talk to pilots all the time, and they're like, "Oh, it's such an easy test." Listen, for me, that was the hardest test I've ever taken. Not. For me, right?
I launched an airline, and one of my biggest clients was, private. I've had aviation clients for 10 years.
It's something you don't want to play with, right? You got to be sure and ready, and it's no joke. You got to pay respect to the field because you're in the air by yourself.
That's right. And your sight line's completely, the vision is different. Oh, yeah. I use a lot of aviation analogies because I always say, like, my partner in life, he's like my ailerons. Mm-hmm. And the ailerons are what gives it the lift. And, that people take for granted that little flap that's by the wings. But that is a big little part that has a big part in liftoff. In liftoff. So let's go back to the farm because, all right, the bull and the whole, because I'm fascinated with your office. I love it. Beautiful offices and so forth. So, that whole idea. So I went out and, I was going to attend this Bonanza charity. And I thought that I would match with 50 Shades of Pink. Okay. And I said, I'm going to surprise Robert. And here I go.
I love it.
There you go.
I love it.
50 Shades of Pink, Robert.
And that's a nice shape too. That's a nice one.
It's a good one, right?
Good job.
I'm like, okay, we're ready.
I'm impressed. That's nice.
We're ready to do 50 Shades of Pink. And I'm like, you know what? I have to surprise him.
I like it.
I have to surprise him. I'm like, I had even the pink cowboy boots. I go, that might be taking it a little too far.
Never.
I said, but I love your brand and I love, I'm into sparketing, as I told you.
Yes,
so the whole idea of being rocket fuel for brands, I've, launched 15 TV networks. I've done all this stuff. So when I look at brands, I look at it very different. I look at like, does this match? Does that match? Does that go with that? Does, does that campus and this and everything about your brand is beautiful and powerful and empowering. And I fell in love with your brand, and every business that you have started, you have taken the same brand qualities, which are family, loyal, royal, and with a little bit of cowboy touch. So
absolutely
that, but it shows in all of it, your logo, your branding, your commercials, it's consistent. I always tell everyone, does anyone say, oh, I want to buy, can you give me a Kleenex? And I said, what's happened is the Kleenex has become synonymous with tissue.
Absolutely.
It's not Kleenex. It's a tissue you're asking for, but they have branded so well that, now people say,
that's all you think about.
Pass me a Kleenex. Mm-hmm. Well, you are the Kleenex of your industry because you've branded yourself so well that, I think your trajectory is like a rocket ship. Like you took off the launch pad.
Your mouth to God's ears, but listen, it's not really branding, honestly. It's who I am, right? My wife was asking me, because I was at a gala in DC last weekend. She's like, I have friends that ask me if you really wear the cowboy hat every day. And she's like laughing. She's like, he wears his every single day, right? It's normal. I wear boots every single day. Even before we had a farm in Texas, I go to trial in boots.
I love it.
And it's
you.
I guess I found something that was comfortable, and I can go from here to the farm now. I take my jacket off and I got to clean horse poop, right? But I'm always ready either to go to an event or to be in the stables.
Right.
I'm dressed for it.
Right.
You might think this is formal, but
this is you.
Without the tie and this, I'm riding the horse.
Yeah. No, I see that. And I tell everyone that nowadays, especially, the whole world has changed. And, you know, the reason why I came up with the term sparketing is because the principles of old marketing is old news. Everything in TV, I mean, everything that I did, you know, 30 years ago when I launched MTV Latino, and, you know, they said to me, oh, we have a singer, you know, we want you to hear her. And I hear her and I go, she kind of yodels a little bit. And Shakira, and that she was the next big thing.
Lord.
But when I first heard her, I said, oh, I have a choice between Bryan Adams and Shakira. And Shakira wasn't Shakira what she is now. But nowadays, the most important thing is to be authentic, to be real, to be raw, because people see through the rest of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's what you are. Like, you are who
I'm
you
too
are.
raw. I think I'm too raw.
I don't think you're too raw. I think I think you're real.
I don't do scripts. Where we're in major channels on a weekly basis, and I told the producers, if you give me a script, I'm not coming. Right? I don't want to practice what to say. If it doesn't come out, it's not coming out. Yeah. If it's not smooth, it's not smooth. But if I got to practice and rehearse what I got to tell you before I tell you, it's practice. It's not real, right? So, I mean, my team hates me for that because they give me scripts and I'm like, come on, don't offend me with that. I'm not reading it.
Don't offend. Well, you know, it's so funny because every year I kick off the event. So, you know, you'll see that next Thursday. And one of the things that I do is I don't write a script. Whatever comes out of me is like, to me, God inspired.
It's what's meant to be.
It's what's meant to be. Every year the message
is different. If nothing comes out, then it's awkward silence. But guess what? It's enjoyable.
You know what? Listen, I had a tumor taken out of my throat. I have a vocal cord disorder. One year I went to go welcome everybody and I got, you know, welcome to the, you know, and all of a sudden my voice went, and that was all I said that year. And I had someone on standby, Trish Bell, who is like a sister to me and an amazing, you know, she's part of our founder circle, was the first woman of the year. And one of the things, you know, she was on standby because I had just learned how to deal with my vocal cord disorder.
You did it.
And all of a sudden I'm in front of the whole stage and I went, and nothing came out. And, you know, and you know, that moment, you know, now I speak in front of thousands of people, but, you know, that moment was real and raw. And, you know, she stepped in for me and
it's the truth.
You know, it was the truth. It was
you
real.
You gave it a shot. You didn't cancel.
I gave it a shot.
You could have just said, I can't do it. You tried.
I tried. I gave it.
You tried
to a good cowboy try.
You tried to the end.
I tried.
So there was nothing else left to say.
Because I think in life we have three choices: either give up, we give in, or we give it all we've got. And I'm a give it all I got kind of woman.
Amen.
So it is time for you to give your commercial. Tell everyone how to reach you, if they want to work with you, the foundation. Your minute commercial. Take a
minute for everything that I do.
Well,
so let's start. Let's start with the foundation. If you guys need anything, you can reach out to me at Robert Kelbert on Instagram. We started this last name. We started it. So when you put Kelbert on YouTube or on Google, it's only me and my family. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because if good things are said about us, it's going to come out. It's a bad thing because if you put Kelbert and something's bad, it's us, right? So we are a personal injury law firm throughout the United States. So hopefully you never have to call me. But if you do get in a car accident, my firm's there to help. But be careful, drive safe, put your phone away, and you'll never crash, right? If you're interested in education, the real education, and you can see my YouTube videos about this because I only have a minute, but our education is different. It's not based on pay me money and do this and financial aid, none of that stuff, right? We give scholarships, we help students, people who've been rejected before. I like hungry students, people who want to prove themselves, especially to other schools that said no. So we have a 4-year school. It's online. We have MBAs, master's degrees, all kinds of things. Go to my Instagram, go to my YouTube, and you'll get to see the madness that I'm doing. I'm honored. Thank you for having me here. And I can't wait to see you guys on Thursday.
Thank you so much. I got to tell you, we're so excited. We're 1 week away. And is this not the most amazing man of the year? Thank you for joining us. A big thank you to our producer, to Grant and Michael. We love being partners with community newspapers. And our big event is just in 1 week. So we're going to be bringing you a lot of live footage. And we're honoring 10 women and one very special man, a warrior, a pink warrior, who was actually gone through breast cancer and come out of the other side, and our survivor medallion ceremony that has gone viral because it's survivors and people that have gone through the other end. So it's a celebration for them. So this week, just keep it pink, and we'll see you in 2 weeks on Spotlight TV.